Prepare yourselves, for tonight we plunge into the heart-pounding world of pirates, where treasure chests and ghostly apparitions are just the tip of the iceberg. Imagine a mansion so cursed, stepping foot inside could mean vanishing into thin air. Or picture a final battle so intense even the sea itself couldn't wash away its haunting legacy. And what if I told you? One of these tales is not a legend, but a bone-chilling reality. Intrigued? Terrified? You should be. Stick around to the end and all will be revealed. If you dare to join us on this perilous journey, hit that subscribe button and let's set sail into the unknown. Now, let's begin. Story 1: The Haunted Pirate Mansion of Marcus MacCausland. In the early 18th century, Marcus MacCausland was a pirate captain feared by sailors and merchants alike. Known for his ruthless tactics and insatiable greed, MacCausland amassed a fortune in stolen treasures. But what set him apart from other pirates was his obsession with the occult. Rumor had it that he had struck a dark bargain with supernatural forces to protect his loot and his life. MacCausland eventually retired from piracy and used his ill-gotten wealth to build a grand mansion on a secluded island. The mansion was an architectural marvel, filled with hidden rooms and secret passages, but it was also said to be cursed. MacCausland had designed it to be a labyrinth, a trap for any who dared to steal his treasures, guarded by the very spirits he had consorted with. For years, MacCausland lived a quiet life, his only company being the crew of loyal men who had sailed with him. Then, one fateful night, the mansion was consumed by a mysterious fire. By morning, the mansion was in ruins, and MacCausland and his crew had vanished without a trace. Some say they saw ghostly figures dancing in the flames, laughing and singing pirate shanties. In the days following the fire, local fishermen reported seeing a ghostly ship sailing near the island, its sails ablaze but never consumed by the fire. Whispers spread that MacCausland and his crew had not perished, but had been taken by the very spirits they had consorted with, forever cursed to sail the seas as spectral pirates. The island became a place of dread, avoided by all who heard the tale. The island turned into a location steeped in fear, shunned by everyone who heard its unsettling story. Fishermen who cast their nets near its shores speak of strange occurrences, nets coming up filled with ancient gold coins or sometimes eerily empty, as if the sea itself had swallowed their catch. Those who've dared to set foot on the island tell tales of hearing footsteps behind them, whispers in the wind, and sometimes the distant sound of a pirate shanty. In addition to the eerie sounds and mysterious catches, fishermen and sailors have reported seeing strange lights flickering around the island, especially near the ruins of the mansion. Some say these are the lost souls of MacCausland's crew, forever bound to guard their captain's treasure. Others believe they are the spirits MacCausland had consorted with, still carrying out their end of the dark bargain. The lights are said to follow anyone who dares to approach, growing brighter and more menacing the closer one gets to the island, as if warning them to stay away. In the late 19th century, an expedition was launched to find MacCausland's hidden treasure. The team consisted of seasoned treasure hunters armed with maps and legends. They reached the island and began their search, but one by one, they started to disappear. Those who returned spoke of seeing apparitions, ghostly figures in pirate attire led by a spectral Marcus MacCausland, warning them to leave his treasure be. The expedition was deemed a failure, and the island was once again abandoned. But the legend of Marcus MacCausland's haunted mansion lived on. Even today, thrill seekers and paranormal investigators venture to the island, drawn by the legend. Some have reported capturing ghostly figures on camera or recording eerie voices. But most unsettling of all are the accounts of people who claim to have found hidden rooms filled with treasure, only to be chased away by an invisible force, or to find their way out of the mansion mysteriously blocked, as if the walls themselves had moved. So, if you ever find yourself sailing near the island where Marcus MacCausland's haunted mansion once stood, be warned. The pirate captain may be long gone, but his spirit and his curse live on. Story 2: A Ghostly Tale of the High Seas. Edward Teach was a pirate whose very name struck terror into the hearts of sailors and coastal townsfolk alike. Known for his fearsome appearance, complete with a thick black beard and slow-match fuses burning on either side of his face, he was the epitome of a pirate nightmare. But what made Teach truly terrifying was the legend that followed him even after his death, a legend that haunts the waters of North Carolina to this day. In November 1718, Teach met his end at Ocracoke Island in a fierce battle against British naval forces. The tension was palpable. Both sides knew that the battle ahead would be a fight to the death. Cannons roared, filling the air with smoke and the stench of gunpowder. Amidst the chaos, Teach and Maynard found themselves face to face, swords clashing in a deadly dance. Each man was a mirror image of the other's ferocity, their eyes locked in a gaze that could have melted steel. Just when it seemed Teach would triumph, he took a musket ball to the shoulder, then another and another until he had been shot 5 times. Yet astonishingly, he fought on. Maynard's men swarmed the pirate, stabbing him from all sides. Legend has it took an unbelievable 20 stabs before Teach began to falter. Wounded but unyielding, Teach fought with the ferocity of a cornered animal. Just as it seemed nothing could bring him down, Maynard seized a momentary lapse in Teach's defense to thrust his sword into the pirate's heart. As Teach clutched his chest, his eyes met Maynard's, and in that instant an eerie silence fell over the ship, as if the ocean itself was holding its breath. Teach collapsed, his life extinguished, but his legend immortalized. As his head was severed and hung from Maynard's ship, the crew tossed his body into the sea. To their horror, they claimed it swam around the ship 3 times before sinking into the abyss. Though Teach was vanquished, the haunting events of that day left an indelible mark, as if the waters themselves had been cursed by the pirate's vengeful spirit. Fishermen and sailors who venture near Ocracoke Island often report seeing a mysterious light bobbing over the water. Known as Teach's Light, this ghostly phenomenon is said to be Teach's lantern, as he searches for his missing head. The light moves in a way that defies explanation, appearing and disappearing as if guided by an unseen hand. The wreckage of Teach's ship was discovered off the coast of North Carolina in 1996. Divers who have explored the site often report experiencing a series of unfortunate events afterward: equipment malfunctions, sudden illnesses, and even unexplained accidents. Some have even claimed to see a shadowy figure resembling Teach swimming through the murky waters around the wreck as if guarding it from intruders. Teach was known to have amassed a considerable fortune, but despite extensive searches, his treasure has never been found. Those who have gone looking for it near Ocracoke Island have reported eerie occurrences: compasses spinning out of control, sudden storms appearing out of nowhere, and chilling whispers filling the air. Some searchers have even vanished without a trace, as if swallowed by the sea itself. To this day, people living near Ocracoke Island report hearing ghostly sea shanties carried by the wind on stormy nights. The songs are always the same, tales of piracy and lost treasure, and they seem to emanate from the direction of the water, as if an invisible crew of pirates is singing from beyond the grave. So if you ever find yourself sailing near Ocracoke Island, be wary. Teach may be long gone, but many believe his spirit still roams these waters, guarding his lost treasure and perhaps seeking a final act of revenge. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain: the legend of Teach's haunting is a tale that will make even the bravest sailor think twice before venturing into these cursed waters. Story 3: The Curse of the Sea Serpent. In the golden age of piracy, no name struck more terror into the hearts of sailors and merchants than Captain Bartholomew "Black Eye" Morgan and his ship, the Sea Serpent. With sails as dark as the night and cannons that roared like thunder, the Sea Serpent was a floating fortress of doom. Captain Morgan, a man as ruthless as he was cunning, had a reputation for taking no prisoners and leaving no survivors. Rumors circulated that he and his crew had once plundered a cursed treasure, a hoard of gold and jewels said to belong to the gods of the sea themselves. The treasure came with a prophecy: he who steals from the ocean's depths shall be damned, his fate sealed by the creatures that dwell in the abyss. The Sea Serpent set sail on a moonless night, its destination unknown. The crew was restless, murmuring of a treasure so vast it could damn their souls for eternity. Captain Morgan, guided by a tattered map and an insatiable greed, steered the ship into uncharted waters. As they crossed into the area now known as the Bermuda Triangle, the sea grew unnaturally calm, and an eerie fog enveloped the ship. Suddenly the crew heard haunting melodies, ethereal voices singing a dirge that filled the air. The men clutched their ears, their faces twisted in agony. Captain Morgan, seemingly unaffected, ordered them to stay the course. But as the ship sailed further, it became clear that they were not alone. Dark shapes circled the ship, massive sea creatures with eyes that glowed an otherworldly blue. In a desperate bid to escape, the crew unleashed the ship's cursed cannons. The spectral flames roared, but the creatures were unharmed. Instead, they seemed to absorb the energy, growing larger and more menacing. The ship was lifted out of the water by an enormous tentacle, and the crew watched in horror as a monstrous sea creature emerged from the depths, its eyes fixed on Captain Morgan. With a guttural roar, the creature enveloped the ship, and everything went dark. When the fog lifted, the Sea Serpent was gone, vanished without a trace. Ships that later sailed through the Bermuda Triangle reported strange phenomena: compasses spinning wildly, haunting melodies carried by the wind, and sightings of ghostly apparitions resembling the crew of the Sea Serpent. To this day, the fate of the Sea Serpent and its crew remains one of the sea's most chilling mysteries. Some say they were swallowed by the creature, their souls forever trapped in the abyss. Others believe they were transported to another realm, a dark dimension from which there is no escape, but all agree on one thing: the cursed voyage of the Sea Serpent gave birth to the legend of the Bermuda Triangle, a place where the boundaries between our world and the unknown are terrifyingly thin. And so, sailors beware. For those who dare to venture into the Bermuda Triangle, the haunting dirge of the Sea Serpent serves as a grim reminder. Some treasures are best left undiscovered, and some journeys are one-way trips into the unknown. All right, let's get to the heart of these maritime mysteries. We've heard about Marcus MacCausland's haunted mansion, filled with occult secrets and cursed treasures. We've sailed the eerie waters of North Carolina, haunted by the ghostly light of Edward Teach. And we've ventured into the Bermuda Triangle with Captain Bartholomew Black Eye Morgan, facing monstrous sea creatures and vanishing into the abyss. Which of these tales is more than just a sailor's yarn? The true story among these terrifying tales is the haunting legacy of Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard. Yes, the infamous pirate did meet his end in a battle so intense it's said to have taken 5 shots and 20 stabs to finally bring him down. And to this day, the waters near Ocracoke Island are said to be haunted by his restless spirit. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the unknown. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit that like button and share it with fellow mystery seekers. And remember, in every trio of tales at 2 tricks, 1 treat. 2 will deceive, but 1 always speaks the truth. Until next time, keep questioning, keep wondering, and always stay curious.